Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So we are discussing control function of management. We discussed what is controlling and what are its different features, and then we also discussed the control process. So today we are discussing types of control. So there are different types of control mechanisms within an organization, and similarly the types can also be classified into from different perspectives. So one classification is that there are three types of controls. That is the feed forward control, the concurrent control, and the feedback control. So all three that are having advantages as we are discussing. So the first one, that is the feed forward controls. So the feed forward control, as the name indicate, they are used to anticipate problems before they arise, so that problems do not occur later during the conversion process. So feed forward control is actually relating with the planning process. So you form the rules, you develop the SOPs and other aspects such that many of the problems and the loopholes that are get resolved before it arises. So that is a very important aspect of the control process, that the standards and similarly the yardsticks that are feasible and that are easy to be worked upon, and many other aspects of that. So giving stringent product specifications to suppliers in advance. For example, there is you are purchasing a product or a drug for the hospital. So you, in order to have good suppliers, you already provide specifications such that those who are not complying to specification are automatically dropped, and you are getting only products of your requirement. IT can be used to keep in contact with suppliers and to monitor their progress. Okay, so means that they are looking in anticipation to avoid the problem. The second type, that is the concurrent control, and again it is clear from its name that it is the day-to-day or the operational control when the things are being processed. So it gives managers immediate feedback on how efficiently inputs are being transformed into outputs. Inputs are being transformed into outputs. So it allows managers to correct problems as they arise, mean that they correct the problem at the time of operation, so that no problem or no error occur at that time. The third type of control, that is known as feedback control. Feedback control is actually when the things are accomplished. So after that, you are looking for the efficiency, and then after that, you are knowing whether there is any deviation or not. So they are used to provide information at the output stage about the customer's reaction to goods and services, so that corrective actions can be taken if necessary. So after the evaluation, you can know the deviation and if there is any corrective action required. So that may be taken accordingly, as we discussed yesterday. Okay, so this is the overall flow chart for all these three types of controls. If you see that in the forward control, it is to ensure the right directions are set and the right resource inputs are available. So you are having the right goals and the right ways to achieve those. So it will solve the problem before they occur. So if you are not, your planning is poor, your goals are not appropriate, or your ways to achieve it is not appropriate, so there must be problems that is arising. So solve problems before they occur. Uh, then concurrent control, that is the work throughputs. Okay? Feed forward control is the work inputs. Then there is work throughputs. So it ensures the right things are being done as part of workflow operations. Okay? So it solves problems while they are occurring. Okay? And then there is work output. There is the feedback control. So ensure that final results are up to the desired standard. So it solve problems after they occur. So mean that in the next stage, it will not be repeated. Because similarly, we can divide the control types into another types. That is the bureaucratic control and the clan control. So again, these two types of things that are existing in any organization. Bureaucratic control, as the name indicates, it is actually the formal control. So it is characterized by formal and mechanistic structural arrangements. Okay? So you know that there are SOPs and there are rules and regulations, and each and everything is clear. And there are rule books, there are written documents, and each and everything that is as per formality. As usually we say that this is just a formality. So actually, these formalities are control mechanism that ensure that the process or the service that is complying to a minimum standard criteria. So its goal is to ensure that personnel exhibit appropriate behavior and meet performance standards. So now the rules, there are advantages and disadvantages with this bureaucratic control mechanisms. Okay? So rules easier to make than discarding them, leading to bureaucratic red tape. This is a very well-known phenomena, red tapeism. Red tapeism means that everything that is wrapped in the red tape of the bureaucracy, and there are files that are moving upward and downward and here and there, and simple things that are stuck, and they will require approval from several offices and personnel. Okay, so it is better, but it is also having disadvantages as well. So, and slowing organizational reaction times to problems. Okay, so even a small approval will take several offices, the file to move from several offices, and that is slowing down the things. Firms become too standardized and lose flexibility to learn, to create new ideas and solve the new problems. Because sometimes it is hindrance in the creativity and the innovations. So if they are coming from the top down, so it will be good. Otherwise, the organization will just move in a stereotype, and there will be no innovative ideas or solutions from the employees. Then another type of control, that is the clan control. Clan is actually arising from the tribe, tribal or clan. Okay? Or that is a traditions. Okay? So clan control is actually an informal type of control. That, for example, you are having a group of students, for example, in the class, the like-minded students are the like hobby students, they are friends, take are, for example, they are roommates, they are class fellows, or they are involved in any such other activity that are of their interest. So now there is a clan control, means that there is no formal writings or no formal rules and regulations, but still there is a group pressure, or there is a particular criteria that, for example, that type of person that can be in that group or that may not be in that particular group. So this is actually a traditional control by traditions or certain values or virtues or religion, etc. So the control exerted on individuals and groups in an organization by religion, shared values, norms, standards of behavior, and expectations. Okay, so what is expected from you, what can be your behavior, etc. Okay, so that is also present, and that is also part of the our society. So in organizations and the individuals that cannot operate in the vacuum, they are in the society, and that society is having certain norms and values to which it is complied. Okay, so that control is also present in certain in the organization. Okay, so these are the differences between the bureaucratic and the clan control. Sometimes it also come in the exam differentiate between these two. Okay, so in the bureaucratic, the means of control, that is rules, policies, and hierarchy. And in the clan control, it is religion, shared values, traditions. That is actually a means of control. Similarly, source of control in bureaucratic is the extrinsic mechanism, means that the control is because of the rules and regulations and from the upper level of management. And in case of Kalan, it is mainly intrinsic motivation, means that it is your inner self and your inner virtues and values that is actually making you control or to comply to certain rules and regulations. Job design in case of bureaucratic control is doing rather than thinking, means that the person or the employee cannot think, you must have to comply with the formality that is laid down by the rules and regulation. While in plan control, both doing and thinking that is involved. Okay, similarly, nature of duties in case of bureaucratic control is fixed, while in plan control it is flexible. Similarly, organization structure in case of bureaucratic control is tall and top-down control, and in case of plan, it is flat and mutual influence. So it is just like a round table or a teamwork that is there. Similarly, reward system in case of bureaucratic control is extrinsic. That is, there are monetary benefit, recognition, experience, and other such factors. While in case of plan control, it is intrinsic. That is your psychological needs, your emotional needs, and the like. Similarly, innovation in bureaucratic control is less likely, and that will be coming from the top management. And in clan control, it is more likely because you can find new ways of doing the things that is part of the group or that particular organization. Okay, so these are different types of differences between the bureaucratic and the clan control. Then another aspect is the strategic control. Strategic control, as the name indicate, and that is very much important. Okay, that actually organization that is working in to achieve one goal at the end of the day. Okay, so now the if your mission and vision is not clear, so your organization cannot work effectively and efficiently. So actually every organization that is in harmony to its whole, it's each and every component, it's each and every task that is actually integrated, and that is actually the means of whether an organization will be successful or otherwise. So strategic control is actually aiming at as a holistic approach towards the organization. That the organization aim and objective is distributed into its smaller objectives and further down to the each individual task. So if all are working in the harmony, just like one body, it is just like an individual with the head, and they're having eyes, mouth, and all the organs. And if they are not in the integration and harmony, so a particular task that individual is aiming that will not be achieved. Exactly in the same like manner, an organization, whether small or large, so that have to be in harmony in all its actions and in its objectives. Okay? So it is aimed at ensuring that organization is maintaining an effective alignment with its environment and moving towards achieving its strategic goals. So that is very much important. So that is another part of the control process. Okay? So it is sufficient for today. As the time is short. So if you are having any question, you people can ask. And with this today's lecture that ends. Thank you very much.